Well, well. Oh yeah, man, I could not see my mouse cursor. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's week 2 of the doubleheader, or game 2 of the doubleheader tonight here in week 1 of the Chaos Cup. 2 games in the books this season so far. Last night with the season opener, Knee High to Nuffle defeated a Minor Matter. They are currently in first place with a 3-point TD differential. And earlier this evening, Tracksuit Mafia defeated Irish Wristwatch. They have a +2 TD differential, so they are sitting pretty in second place. Coming up right now, it's a Necro Mirror match. It's going to be Dead Man's Party versus Pity the Ghoul. It's Malik versus Dead Fred, 2 veterans to the league. Man, Necro. This is going to be a replay match. So the match has already been played. I have no idea what the result was. We're going to watch it together. This is replay matches tend to be about half as long as a live match, just because there's no downtime. But we're not going to look at the their lineups either. At least not on the screen. We'll talk about them briefly because we don't want to see any of the results. But man, Necro, they're fairly slow teams with the exception of the Whites and the Werewolves. The Werewolves have great stat lines, plus they come with Claws and Frenzy. Frenzy can be a bit of a double-edged sword if you're not careful with it, but otherwise, Frenzy and Claws can be super scary. If you're unfamiliar, Claws breaks armor on an 8+, regardless of armor value, and Frenzy requires an initial push block to be followed up and immediately take a second block. This is normally great for trying to open holes, or knocking down players, or surfing them off the pitch, but combined with Claws, that makes eating a 2-die block a really scary proposition. Not only that, but a clever coach could use Frenzy to eke out a little more distance from the already fantastic 8 MA of the Werewolf. Because you get that push, you can get sort of a free movement. The Flesh Golems, with their strength of 4 and an AV of 9 and stand firm, means that they can hold down the fort with ease. The Zombies are the linemen, and they are cheap players. That means that these two teams could feel free to be aggressive with them. But regardless, the Zombies will certainly be holding down the line. And of course, everyone on the team, being a Necro team, everyone on the team has regen. If they suffer a casualty, they'll roll in on a 50-50. They'll simply go back to the reserves. The flip side to that, however, is that Necro teams can't hire an apothecary. Not that they need it with the Necromancer. Well, we just saw a game with Chaos. This is going to be another Necro anyway. It's going to be another run-heavy team. They have decent strength. They have lots of speed in those werewolves. But a cage is going to move slowly with zombies and golems on the corners. Bash is the name of the game here, I think, tonight. I think it's just going to be a murder fest, frankly. I hope it's a murder fest. 3 games of murder. That's what I'm here for. As for their lineups, Malik and Dead Man's Party have a pretty standard starting roster. I think it's a typical Necro roster. They have 2 werewolves, 2 golems, 2 TRRs. Whereas Dead Fred's taken a little bit of a different approach with Pity the Ghoul. They have an interesting starting roster where they traded in the second werewolf for a ghoul and a 3rd TRR. Now the ghoul's pretty fast, has an MA of 7, and it also comes with dodge. So clearly he thinks that TRR is going to be worth it. Again, this is another team where TRRs are expensive, so he wanted to get it in early. It gives him more options with his rerolls. It gives him more options with his die rolls. It's just at the expense of that second Claws Frenzy machine. So how he decides to leverage that, I think it's going to be interesting to see. We'll get underway in just a minute here. I think it's going to be a heavy-hitting match. I think there will be lots of casualties. Well, maybe not lots of casualties with the regen, but we'll see if the coaches are going to take a war of attrition approach and just punch each other to death, or if they try to make key marks and pick up field control instead. It'll be interesting to see. Hank the Ranger prayed to Nuffle. As Beaver says, we can still hope. We can indeed. So let's load up this replay and get started. Let's see. I gotta do this without looking. think we got it. I think we got it. We are at the dog park. Dead Man's Party versus Pity the Ghoul. They're great player names on these teams too. It's a shame really I should record these lineups before a replay match, and then we can take a look at them together. But you know, live and learn. You can see those nasty werewolves there. Those are really the star players on a necro team. SB Beaver says, "What a lively bunch!" Ha ha! All right, here's the coin toss. I have no idea who won that coin toss. So, Dead Man's Party is going to be on defense. We're going to pause this real quick and switch our view. All right. So Dead Man Party, Malik's up first. He has 2 TRRs. He's got the fame advantage, +1 fame, versus Dead Fred's 3 TRRs. We mentioned that in the pregame. He picked up the extra one. We'll see if that works out for him. Malik with a 3-man line, too wide currently. He's got his 2 flesh columns right on the line. Hank the Ranger says, the only good thing about my game is that I lost the coin toss and didn't have to make a decision. You know what? I know that feeling. All right, 3-man line with 2 wide, 2 in either wide zone. Pity the Ghoul now to set up. Looks like he is going to go with a 3-man line as well. And 2 in either wide zone right on the line of scrimmage. Going toe-to-toe. He's going to force the player to come in if he wants to block. He's going to force at least the werewolf to come into the sideline. We'll see if that's his plan here or not. Here's the kickoff. Brilliant coaching. Dead Man's Party gets an extra TRR. Good for them. 3 TRRs a pop now. Pity the Ghoul. Turn number 1. Takes a block right off the bat. Left wide zone. Good hit. 2-die block over in the right wide zone. Also works out with the block skill. Well done. Makes a mark over on the left side of the pitch. Goes for the ball pickup. Fails the pickup. He's going to spend the TRR down to 2. He's going to set up the cage right on the left side here of the pitch. Not quite in the left wide zone. Two flesh columns pull to the left. Very aggressive movement here by Pity the Ghoul. Here comes the blitz with the werewolf. 2-die blitz works out. This is against the number 12 whites. Wow, KO. Turn 1 KO. Well done. Remember, there is no apothecary for either of these teams. So if there is a casualty, it'll come down to the regen roll. Turn 1 now for Dead Man's Party. Trying to block down this line with those flesh columns. Block 1's a push. Block 2, it's going to be a knockdown. Good stun against Spunky Brewster. Looks like it's Oingo Boingo versus 80s actors, 80s and 90s actors, or characters rather. Good hit. Blitz with the werewolf. Wow. Frenzy blitz of the other werewolf. Gets a good hit. Follows up. Interesting choice to follow up. Brings the other werewolf. So both werewolves pull to the left side now. That's it. Turn 2 for Pity the Ghoul. So the defense is still spread pretty thin, right out on the line. This looks like it's just. This looks like a oh no! Double skulls has to spend the TRR. Pity the Ghoul down to 1 TRR. This looks like a Cobra Kai fight. Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do just parrying off and fighting each other. Blitz with the flesh column. against the werewolf. Good hit. Even though he's not getting casualties out of this, a stand-up costs 3 MA, so he's pulling 3 MA off these really fast werewolves, so that's a good knockdown. Well done. Wow, he just started eating his own arm. Wow, stunned Danny Elfman. Wow. How dare you? Ball carrier, MacGyver, also known as Colonel Jack O'Neill in Stargate SG-1, moves down the left sideline. Turn 2 back to Dead Man's Party. It's going to take the remaining block on the line. Probably takes another block with this Flesh Golem against George Jefferson. No. Tried to dodge. That's a 50-50 dodge. I'll have to spend the TRR. Wow. 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 Now we get a blitz over on the right side of the pitch. So that's an interesting blitz here. This is away from the ball carrier. This blitz, maybe he's just trying to take a player off the pitch. But it pulls a Flesh Golem off to the right, and now he only has one Flesh Golem near the ball carrier, and he's going to get tied up in a block here. SP Beaver says the TRRs are going fast. Hank the Wrench says indeed. Yes, they are. Wow, another failed dodge. Not going to have the TRR this time. Turn 3, back to Pity the Ghoul. Just one TRR left for the half. Moves back to mark that Flesh Golem. I think that's smart. You keep that Flesh Golem will take a block, sure. But more importantly, you're just keeping him in place. So I think that's a good play. 2-die block, back over in the left wide zone against the werewolf. If you get to take blocks against those key players, by all means take them. Good hit. Both werewolves prone at the moment. Gets a push on the zombie. Takes another hit on the zombie. This time he's going to knock him down. Clearing out that left wide zone. Moves a zombie down pitch. Doesn't quite set up the half cage. He's going to go for the blitz instead. Takes the both down result and gets stunned for his trouble. Balky. Two-die block on the right-hand side. He'll have to spend the TRR on double skulls. 1 TRR apiece now. We're still in the first quarter. Oh, man. Second 2-die block, this time with the Flesh Golem. Punch in the face. Gets a KO against Urkel. Well done. He did do that. SP Beaver says, is a stun re-rolled with the regen or just KOs and injuries? Only injuries. Yeah, locking down that Flesh Golem with the block. He's taking the blocks, but the Flesh Golem's staying out of the play. Werewolf blitz, tried to dodge on the blitz. Oh, unfortunate, failed to dodge. 3+, I mean, that's risky. That's a 2/3 chance. Turn 4 now for Pity the Ghoul. They can try to clean up this left wide zone. Looks like they're going to do just that. They get a push here on the block. They'll take a second block. Yeah, good use of the Flesh Golems. This time they're going to knock down this werewolf. Well done. Two-die block on the zombie in the left wide zone. Good knockdowns. All these knockdowns are great. Anything else is gravy on top of that. Excellent use of blitz here with the ball carrier. Well done. Good play. Moves him back into safety. Yeah, well done. Really good play. Turn 4 to Dead Man's Party. Final turn of the first quarter. Flesh Golem. Again, taking blocks, but he is out of the play. I would try, man, I don't know. It's tough now that he's locked down, but having them out of play, that hurts. The flesh golems and the werewolves, I think, are the most important players on a necro team, and so you want to be using them to their maximum advantage and getting them in on the play and in on the ball, in my opinion. Hank the Ranger says the game seems to hate dodges this season. Yeah, no dodges. Good stand firm on the flesh golem. The turf is made of motor oil this season. This was a change in season 2. It's good for the grass. Turn 5. Second quarter begins. SBeaver says we got the GFI emote. Now we need to dodge one. Sure, I can make one. I'm open to ideas as to what it should be. 2-die block on the left sideline. Good, clean hit. And it's KO. Well done. Two KOs now. 2-man player advantage for Pity the Ghoul. Hank the Ranger lowered the GFI failure rate from 900% to 99%, making GFIs a little safer. Blitz. He's going to have to spend the TRR there with double skulls. No TRRs left for Pity the Ghoul. Two-die block against the werewolf will be a push. And it's, yeah, you're generally pretty safe to get in there with the flesh golems for the most part. They have a strength of 5. In this case, there's just too much going on here. But still, yeah, you can get aggressive with them. They have stand firm, so they can get in there and they'll just stay put, and they can tie up so much. They can have so much field control because of that high strength and that stand firm ability. At this point, Dead Man's Party is just trying to break down. Wow, good KO on the flesh golem. That is a good break in Dead Man Party's favor. 1-man player advantage for Pity the Ghoul now. And that looked like a failed block, unfortunately. One-die block, skulls doesn't work out. Ball carrier is going to coast down the left sideline. We'll see if he sets up a half cage here. It looks like he's going to do just that. Hank the Ranger says it's an absolute bash fest. Sadly, more players should be resting permanently. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a heavy hitting match, and so far it is. Yeah, good half cage by Dead Fred there. Good use of the werewolf too. Dead Fred really making good use of his key players here, in my opinion. Really good offense to start this game off. Takes a 1-die block with Punky Brewster, and that happens to work out. Wow, and he's gonna foul! You're gonna foul Punky? Foul doesn't work out, but he doesn't get called off the pitch. Punky Brewster? Who's given us so many good memories that I don't remember. I barely remember that show. I remember one episode where somebody gets locked in a refrigerator or something. Another failed dodge. So he's going to spend his TRR here. This is his last TRR. The Ranger says, I can't tell from this distance if Punky is wearing different colored shoes. I'm going to assume so. Good TD by Dead Fred and Pity the Ghoul. 1-0 the score. Scored by MacGyver. Well done. And so this is a good lesson here, like with these dodges. Even so with GFIs, we like to joke about how GFIs are impossible, but probabilities are hard. And so when a roll is a 2+, it's very easy to think, and I still do this a lot. It's very easy to think one knockout player comes back from each team. It's very easy to think 2+ should always be in your, or should always work for you, right? Like, or it only fails 1/6. 1/6 is so minuscule, but A 1/6 chance is a big chance. It's big enough that you shouldn't take it if you don't need to, right? There are no roll, because the fact that 6 always succeeds and 1 always fails, there are no rolls in Blood Bowl that are so small that you can take them willy-nilly. And so taking a dodge like that, I mean, it can fail. You keep dodging, eventually you'll fail. Or GFIs, keep GFIing, eventually you're going to fail. So you really want to try to mitigate your luck and try to minimize your die rolls as much as possible. Not only that, but make your opponent roll as many. Wow, look at this offense. 3-man defense by Pity the Ghoul. 5-man line for Dead Man's Party. High kick. Wow, Dead Man's Party is going to be able to move under this ball. He gets the werewolf under the ball. This is a good. They only have 2 turns. Oh, they didn't pick it up. That's unfortunate. They're going to take their blocks on the line. This is a little risky. If they want to score, this is a little risky. Can they score? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. They cannot. So they'd have to do a pass to someone. All right, let's see if they're even going to try it. Hank the Ranger says this is 10v10 right now. It is. Got hit by a flesh golem. Moves a zombie down the left wide zone. There's a second zombie down the left wide zone. He's going to mark the white. Roscoe P. Coltrane. 2-die blitz with the werewolf. He's only going to get a push, but he gets a frenzy follow-up. This is what we were talking about when we said frenzy can be a double-edged sword. So you set up the frenzy here. You got the 2-die block, but because you have to follow up on a push block, now he sees himself in a situation where he's at a negative block. Doesn't matter anyway, as this block's going to be a both down result, and the opponent has a block skill. Frenzy can be tricky. It can be really powerful, or it can bite you. Final turn of the first quarter. Pity the Ghoul. Each team's going to have 1 more turn left. Block skill. Wow, gets a KO. Well done. 10v9 on the pitch right now in Pity the Ghoul's favor. And he moves that blitzer back. Smart play there to use up the rest of his MA to reposition the white. The greatest American hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Moves MacGyver all the way back to the end zone. Moves the werewolf up to assist in the foul. Doesn't get anything out of it. Doesn't get called off. Good hit on the 2-die block, though. Gets a KO. Wow. Wow. The hits are just going in Pity the Ghoul's favor here. But make no mistake, this is not luck. Pity the Ghoul, again, I think is making really good use of his key players here. And that's why when he makes the blocks, they're working out. Gonna pass for some SPP. Fails the pass. Good effort, though. Good effort. One 0 at the half. It is an MMA fight. Both coaches laying on the hits. 2 come back for Dead Man's Party. 1 comes back for Pity the Ghoul. Dead Man's Party tried to get a few hits in there at the end of the half. They're going to get the ball back here. They can try to tie this game up 1-1. Now they're in a difficult position here. If they tie the game 1-1, they don't want to tie too early and give Pity the Ghoul enough time to score two TDs and win 2-1. They might want to play for the draw. SP Beaver says these players are getting off too easy. 3-man line on defense for Pity the Ghoul again. 5-man line strong on the right for Dead Man's Party. Changing weather stays nice. Decent kick. Turn 9 for Dead Man's Party. They're going to try to block down the right side. Betraying their strategy here. They're going to probably move to the right, I have to imagine. Good block. And that, so, yeah. So this is what I want to see. This is good. So he uses the zombie here. He gets the assist from the flesh golem, uses the zombie to block down this zombie. And now he's freed up this flesh golem. That's good. That's good play. So now this flesh golem can be repositioned or blitz or do whatever he needs to do. This is an important player, so that's a good block. Goes for the ball pickup. Works out. That 8 MA gets that werewolf right up to the line of scrimmage. Marks a player with the flesh golem. It's a good mark. Flesh golem with a strength of 5. Pulls back the second flesh golem to take a corner on the cage. And then moves a zombie forward in the left wide zone. He is probably going to eat a block next turn, but at least he's tying up some players. Frenzy blitz in the right wide zone. Claws works out. He gets a stun on Alex P. Keaton. If anybody needs to be stunned, it's Alex P. Keaton. SP Beaver says, isn't their strength only 4? The flesh golems? No, they're 5. They're 4. Yeah, they're 4. That's what I said, 4. The strength is only 4. What do you think I said? You think I said 5? No. I didn't say that. Certainly didn't say 5. It's 4. Dude, I block in the right wide zone. Good hit. Certainly not thinking of the troll in the last game. Not thinking of that. Yeah, that's right. You did miss here. Blitz with the werewolf. Gets a good hit. Blitz in the zombie. So gets a stun out of it. These zombies are pretty resilient with an AV of 8. But he's going to move the zombie back. Just takes the YOLO hit here, but he's going to go for the foul. Now, I like this fouling game, man. Fouls this werewolf. Doesn't get anything out of it. Gets called off the pitch. That's it. That's his game for today. If you roll a doubles on your foul, you get the ref sees you and you get called off unless you have a bribe. Turn 10 for Dead Man's Party. Moves the flesh golem forward. Looks like he's going to set up this cage 3 spaces forward. Yes, indeed. Now, if he blocked down this white, that would have freed up the sideline here. And then he could get his maximum movement out of this werewolf and set up a half cage down the sideline if he wants to do that. I think that would have been a great play to get a score in. The problem is it's so early that, yeah, I mean, that's super risky to do. If he scores too soon, then he opens up the opportunity to lose 2-1. So he's going to double down on this cage. 5 men on the cage right now. And that's it. Turn 10. Hank the Ranger says Urkel did not have a great game. Block with the flesh golem. B.A. Baracus. Part of the A-team. Gets a KO. Well done. Is that a 2-man player advantage at this point, I think? Good block over in no man's land. Yeah, this is the problem. Moving that zombie up, he was going to eat a block. We'll see if tying up those players was worth it. He tied up the players for a turn, but he only moved forward 3 spaces on that turn. Another foul. Trying to take that werewolf out, and he finally succeeds. Well done. Hank the Ranger says, also having a player 2 squares away from the sideline opens up a possible surf from the werewolf. That is an excellent point. Spends the TRR here, gets a knockdown. 2 TRRs left for either team. Wow, good dodge. Moving the werewolf back out. Dead Man's Party, turn 11. Resets the cage. It's a good stun on Mr. Rogers. Probably hurt some people's feelings, but... you know, sometimes you gotta stun Mr. Rogers. Gains some movement. Doesn't fill in the back of that cage. Moves the cage forward 1 space, and now we're turn 11 back to Pity the Ghoul. Pity the Ghoul resets the number 11 werewolf. Blitz with the number 1 flesh golem. Works out. Nice hit against the front corner of this cage. He'll follow up. Yes, indeed. And a good stun. Well done. 1 die block with the block skill works out the behind the cage. Turn 12. Dead Man's Party. What to do? Are they going to commit this werewolf down the sideline? It's still early. Looks like they might. 2 die blitz. Sideline's now clear. They've stunned the greatest American. Oh, he's not going to continue moving the blitzer. I mean, it would be a dodge. Tries to knock down. The flesh golem didn't work out, and that's why he wanted to clear the dodge. He has to spend a TRR now. Now he moves the werewolf. Yep. Oh, he tried to GFI. Tried to GFI. I think the range says running out of players may need to take a gamble. Yes, indeed. Never GFI. Ball's now lying on the ground. There's a real risk of losing it here. We'll see if he does. Gets a tackle zone on the ball. Block with the flesh golem. Final turn of the 3rd quarter here. Wow, another good stun. Really good stun. Good dodge. Picks up the ball. Oh, no. Fails to pick up. Spends the TRR. Good pickup by MacGyver. MacGyver with the ball once again. Setting up a faux cage here at the 12-yard line. And there it is. That's exactly what Hank the Ranger was talking about. That frenzy follow-up surfs a player with the werewolf. Well done. 2 die block coming back to the werewolf. Two-day block back of the line of scrimmage. Just a block to take. It's a good block. Dead Man's Party moves the Ghoul in the left wide zone back over to the side of the cage. I might have pulled him back a little bit. He might get left behind. He's not too slow. There's another failed dodge. That was a rough dodge. Spent the TRR on that as well. No TRRs left for Dead Man's Party. 1 left for Pity the Ghoul. Turn 13, 4th quarter begins for Pity the Ghoul. Repositions the flesh golems. MacGyver moves forward, crosses the line of scrimmage, well over to the left side of the pitch. And now Dead Man's Party is finding his team cut off from the ball carrier. This is good movement here by Dead Fred. Takes 2 blocks on the flesh golem. Both down result, but he gets a stun out of it. Dead Man's Party, turn 14 with the stand-up blitz. Takes down the flesh golem. Takes a 1 die YOLO block in the backfield. happens to work out. Stands up the werewolf all the way on the 20-yard line. Successful dodge, but fails the GFI. He doesn't have any TRRs left. Turn 14 for Pity the Ghoul now. Stand up the number 1 flesh column. Yeah, this ghoul has taken off. MacGyver can't even be seen. Nobody even knows where he went. He's in the next state. Pity the Ghoul almost certainly going to score this TD. The question is when. And Dead Man's Party really running out of time here. I don't know what you do at this point. Maybe take some hits. Maybe protect your important players. So lucky to take some hits. And take a blitz against a zombie. A blitz against Punky Brewster. Ah, look at Punky's shoes. Are these really Punky shoes? Yeah. Yeah. Stand up blitz. Ah, it's only gonna get a double skull result out of it, unfortunately. It's risky to take these YOLO blocks because you could end up injuring yourself. Turn 15 for Pity the Ghoul. Is he gonna score this turn? Probably not. Probably just gonna take some hits because he's pretty safe. In fact, he's entirely safe. 2 hits so far, good hits, but doesn't get anything out of him. Double skulls in the backfield, spends the TRR, gets a push out of it instead. Trying to take out that werewolf. Takes another block, well done. Good block on the werewolf. Werewolf's gonna stay alive though. Blitz. 2-die blitz. Good hit against the flesh golem. With an AV of 9, he's hard to take out. White moves. Number 1 flesh golem, B.A. Baracus. Is he going to move? Nope. Turn 16 for Dead Man's Party. Nothing they can do about this score. Now it's all about either taking hits or saving your team. And it looks like he's going to take some hits. Stands up the flesh golem. Stands up the number 6 zombie. Stands up the werewolf. Yeah, moves the werewolf back to save him. I think that's a good call. And that's it. Turn 16. Pity the Ghoul probably just going to score. Yes, indeed. 2-0. The score. Pity the Ghoul. I think that was it. Yeah? I think that was the final turn. Either way, that's going to be the final score. 2-0. I guess unless there's a turn in the riot or something. Nope, 2-0. All right, that's the final. 2-0. Pity the Ghoul comes out on top. They're going to advance into second place with their win against Dead Man's Party. Hank the Ranger says, sadly, no injuries or deaths. Yeah, that's unfortunate. No injuries or deaths. But 23 armor breaks. I mean, this was a boxing match. To be expected. Pity the Ghoul dominating ball possession here. Look at all these blocks. 85 total blocks succeeded. Ha! Ha! That's a lot of blocks. SPP awarded just 5 for Dead Man's Party for the MVP. Pity the Ghoul got both TDs on MacGyver. So MacGyver would be 1 point away from leveling up. And then Cliff Clavin was the MVP of the game. Why was he the MVP? Just everybody knows his name, I guess. Very aggressive game, very heavy-hitting game. Worked out in Pity the Ghoul's favor. Congratulations to Dead Fred and Pity the Ghoul. And that'll do it for tonight. Let's take a look at the schedule really quick before we go. Next up on the agenda will be this Saturday, January 15th at 9:30 p.m. It'll be Neglected of Nuffle at Pip's Pippy Fan Club. That'll be a live stream this Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the week will round out with League Champion Nick Satan coaching a Reptile Dysfunction against my team, Take the Wood, Take the Bad. That'll be Sunday, January 16th at 9 o'clock p.m. All times, of course, are Eastern Standard Time. Pre-game starts 10 minutes before the listed time there, and the stream will go live 25 minutes before the game start time. I hope you guys had a blast. I've had a blast. Play Blood Bowl. It's a fantastic game, and we'll see you back here Saturday night. Have a good night, everybody.